everyone, it's Hannah from Hand Jam Crochet here, and today we are making these cute granny stitch baubles. They're really quick and simple to make, so let's get going. To make the baubles, I chose to use Brava Tweed, which is a worsted weight yarn from WeCrochet, and as you can see it comes in these most beautiful colours, and the pattern includes all these different versions plus a plain version too. Along with your yarn, you're going to need a bauble to pop inside. Now I've chosen to use these plastic ones and they happen to be fillable, so they kind of pop open and then you can add things to them, but we're not going to do that obviously. You can also use stuffing for them, you can create your own form with bits of yarn, you can use whatever you would like, but these ones measure almost 2.5 inches, so it's 6 centimetres, but you can carry on and make them to the size you would like them to be. You'll also need a piece of string or twine to hang your bauble with. You'll need a 3mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors and a needle for your ends. I'll pop all the links down in the description below for you. Before we begin, I wanted to show you, we begin at the bottom here with our single crochets that increase per round until we get to the point where we start our granny stitch, which is here. And we work that until we are then ready to decrease, and we match what we've done at the bottom to close the top. To start our bauble, we need to make a magic ring. Now I make mine by looping the yarn around twice, scooping under this first one here, and then pulling that second one through, twisting around, and then I'm ready to make a chain one, and that is our magic ring ready to go. Now into that magic ring we are going to make 6 single crochet stitches. So here we are with number 1 and then number 2, that's 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we're ready to pull our magic ring almost closed and to begin our round 2. Now we are working from now on in continuous rounds, so we don't do a slip stitch to join, and we're just going to work into the back loop only for this round, and we do 2 single crochet per stitch all the way around. Now if you're a fan of stitch markers, then this is where you'll need to pop one in at that first stitch there, or if you're like me and like to live dangerously, just off you go and count. So we're going to be working 2 single crochet in the back loop only of each stitch, and that will take our stitch count from 6 to 12 by the end of this round. So now we have our 12 single crochet for round 2. And for round 3 we're going to increase again, and we're going to do that by thinking of them in terms of sets of 2 stitches. And we're going to work 2 single crochet in the back loop only of this first one and 1 in the next. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on all the way around. So we have 1 and 2 in that first stitch, and then number 3 goes in the next. And then we have 4 and 5. And then number 6 in the next one. Then we have 7 and 8 into the next stitch, and tangled up yarn, number 9 in the next. We carry on increasing this way until we get to the end of the round, and then we'll have 18 stitches. And remember, these are all in the back loop only still for this round. For round 4 we're going to carry on increasing, and we're going to work 2 single crochet in the back loop only of the first stitch, and then 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. So here we are, we're going to pop 1 and 2 single crochet in that first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next and 1 single crochet in the next. So we've got 4 stitches over 3 stitches from our previous round. So I'm going to increase here, 2 single crochet there, and then 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet in separate stitches. So we carry on increasing in this way all the way around this round, and we're going to go from 18 stitches now through to 24 by the end of this round. So our final round for the base of the bauble, we're going to increase again, and you've probably guessed it, we're going to increase and put 2 stitches in this first stitch, and then we'll do individual stitches of 1, 2 and 3. So off we go. We're going to pop 2 single crochet in the back loop only of the first, and then 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet and 3 single crochet there. And then we're off to the repeat again, 1 and 2 in that one to increase, and then 1, 2 and 3 single crochet stitches. So we just repeat that all the way around, and this will mean our stitch count goes from 24 to 30 by the end of this round. So work around there and meet me back, because we do something slightly different at the end of this round. Now we're going to be ready to start working our granny stitch section. So here we are at the end of that round, and that's the base of our bauble complete. And what we're going to do before we start the granny stitch section is we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch to join, because we're no longer going to work in continuous rounds now. Now to work the body of the bauble, we're going to be using double crochet stitches now, and we begin that with working a stack stitch in the first one. Now I'm going to pop a single crochet here in our first stitch, and then to stack another on top, I'm going to work into the side of that single crochet there and pop just another single crochet on top of each other. And that gives you a really lovely, neat stitch to begin your round with. Now you can work a chain 3 if you would like to, but I think this looks much neater and much tidier as a stitch. And then we're going to work a double crochet in each stitch around. So we have 30 stitches, and we're going to pop 1 double crochet in each of them. And here we are back at the beginning of that round, and we're going to slip stitch in that first stitch, which was our stack stitch, to join, and then we are ready to carry on and work the next round. In order to do that, we need to slip stitch into the space between this stitch we have and the next stitch. And I'm actually going to show you doing that with a different colour, because the different versions have different colours in them. And if you're going to change colour, this is where we need to do it. We need to do it in between this space when we're slip stitching to get in between the stitches. So if you're using the same colour, you still need to do this. You need to pop your slip stitch in here, but I'm going to change yarn colour, so I'll grab that now. And we just change our colour like that, and we're ready to start. You can leave your working yarn of the other colour down there, tug it nice and tight, and you are set to go. Now we are set to begin, and we're going to go into that space, and we're going to work a stacked double crochet here, just as we did before, to begin our other round. Now, don't worry if your yarn splits like mine does. We're using a much smaller crochet hook than you would normally with this weight of yarn. And then once we've done that, we need to stay in that same place and work 2 more double crochet stitches. So that will give us our 3 stitches for our first granny stitch. And then we carry on by skipping 3 stitches and then finding the space before the next stitch. And in that space, we are going to work 3 more double crochet stitches there. So this is the round where it starts to really look like the granny stitch. And normally you would have, or sometimes you would have a chain 1 in between your granny stitches. But here we're going to now skip our next 3, and we're not going to chain 1, and we're going to work straight into that space before the next stitch and just work 3 double crochet stitches. Mainly because I didn't want the baubles to be too holey or too gappy. So here we are at the end of the round, and we've got 3 stitches to skip, and then we're going to slip stitch into this first stitch here to finish our round. Now for the next round, we are heading to the space between these sets of 3, so we're going to carry on in the same colour and slip stitch in the next 2. And if you're carrying on in the same colour again, we'll slip stitch into this space here between our sets of 3. But if you're changing colour like I am, you just need to then grab the colour that you would like, and then complete this slip stitch with that colour ready to begin your next round. So then when you're all set to go in that space before the next group of 3 double crochet, we're going to do exactly as we did before. We're going to work a stacked double crochet here, and then 2 double crochet in this same place, and then we're going to skip 3, and then before our next set of 3 we're going to work 3 double crochet here. Now this will feel a lot easier and a lot simpler to find where you're putting your stitches because you've actually got the sets pulling them apart to create these spaces for you. So we carry on around like this, and this round we get repeated up to round 5 of the main body. So once you've finished your 5 rounds, we are ready to start closing the top. And we begin that with the first round of the top by chaining 1 and then working a single crochet into each of the stitches around. So we have 30 stitches, so we're going to work 30 single crochet around now. At the end of this round, we go back to working in continuous rounds, so you don't need to slip stitch when you get to the end. Now here we are at the end of the round, and I haven't slip stitched to join here because we're going to work in continuous rounds, and we're going to do the back loop only for this round. And to begin our decrease, we're going to single crochet 2 together here. So we begin a single crochet in the back loop of that first stitch, and then we begin another single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch, and we yarn over and pull through all 3 to decrease 2 stitches down to 1. And then we're going to single crochet in the back loop of the next 3 stitches, and that forms our repeat for this round. So we're going to carry on, we will decrease over the next 2 stitches, and then we will work 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 3 stitches all the way around. Now at the end of that round we've gone down to 24 stitches, and this is the point where I would recommend weaving in those ends or tucking them in, and then popping your bauble in place. If you're using an insert like me, pop it in because we are going to carry on decreasing and you won't be able to get it in past this point. Now our next round we need to continue decreasing, and we're going to decrease over the first 2 stitches, and then we'll work a single crochet in the next 2. So we single crochet 2 together in the back loops of these first 2 here, which is easier said than done once your bauble insert is in, so it takes a bit of convincing, shall we say, but just keep with it, it will work. And then we single crochet in the back loop only of the next 2 stitches, and that then sets the repeat for this round. We're going to then be ready to, once I finish this one, single crochet in the back loop 2 together, and then 2 individual single crochets in the next 2 stitches. So this again will decrease our stitch count and will work in continuous rounds, so don't slip stitch when you get to the end of this round. Now you've probably guessed the next round. We are going to decrease in the first 2 stitches, so single crochet 2 together, still in those back loops, and then you're going to work a single crochet in the next stitch. So again this will decrease and we will end up with 12 stitches at the end of this round. Now here we are at the end of this round, and you'll see in the pattern it does include another round that you can carry on decreasing if you don't have an insert, if you're filling yours yourself. But as you see, mine meets really nicely here at the end of this round, and indeed I made some last year that had like a cap that put over the top here and it covered the whole thing. So if you have something like that, then don't worry, you can finish here, and the important thing now is to weave in this end nice and neatly, so that it's either going to be hidden or you're going to then attach your hanger to it however you would like. So just weave this end through the last round, and that will also help pull it secure around whatever you have around the center of your bauble here. And then once you've completed that, you can pop your hanger on, your thread, your twine, whatever you've decided to use. And I just decided to tie mine really simply here at the top and make them all the same length so that they're nice and neat and tidy. And then we snip that and we are all done. So I hope you've really enjoyed making these with me. Do come and find me, do come and show me your baubles, and I will see you all again soon.